campground at Rainbow Lake. You can't get much better campsite than this. However, we were not here. We had a beautiful campsite a couple miles back. This is the morning of the third day, and we're headed up to a pass in that direction. Long descent, day 3 from Rainbow Pass to Johnson Lake, and we're in one of those beautiful old growth forests after a burn area, which was cool to see it recovering. It looked like crud, so I'll just show you the forest. It's so hard to capture the beauty of this place. We climbed over miles of blowdown, and when we got to where we thought there was a creek, we were all out of water and couldn't find the spring right away. And then a hailstorm with thunder and lightning in it blew in, and here we are all wrapped up right after the storm. Doesn't that sound like fun? I said to my brother, hey, they didn't say anything about this in the little travel brochure. We are a train wreck. Mike fell on the way here. He's got a new hole in his head. God. But he's okay. And I had to wipe the blood off of him so he wouldn't scare Kathleen before we got here. And Kathleen's over here, and she's eating and crawling back to the trail. And we have a good 5 miles, much of it up, through blowdown to get to camp. But somehow, we're going to do it. We're just going to do it. Early morning, 6th day, headed to Chief Joseph Trailhead, where we will have to hitch into the Sula campground. Heading down the trail. Slept in a interesting area last night. The burned down trees plus new growth. Not easy to find camp spots. And then we got up and climbed, and we're out on our morning walk. And then we've seen every phase of forest on this trek, from burned down, nothing there much, to regrowth, to old growth. And it's just good to be out in the trail, feeling how nature works, bringing it back. Guess I'll have to edit that part out. Okay, so we're on the last day of this hike to Sula, and we're walking right now from Gibbons Pass to Chief Joseph's Trailhead. And Mike and I both think it's important to know the history of a place that you're walking through. So Mike's going to explain that.
Okay, what took place leading up to the confrontation in this area is that the Nez Perce had several village sites in this area. The whole nation was scattered around here. And the U.S. Congress decided to move them to a reservation. This is very far west, since it's 1870. So not many people here yet, but the reservation trend had already begun. And so they ran into this tribe and decided they must move them. The people said, no, this is our land, it's our land forever, and we plan to stay here. There were obviously some skirmishes because it caught the attention of the cavalry. So the cavalry came out here to remove the people. And Chief Joseph decided that he was tired of fighting. He would not go to the reservation because his people did not want to. So they would just pack up and walk to Canada. There were about 800 in the gathering, and for several days they outran the cavalry, because the cavalry was also taking its wagons full of food and its howitzers. They would use cannons on these people to get them to obey. When the Nez Perce reached this area, they traveled through it relatively comfortably because the cavalry could not move here quickly. The mistake they made is when they settled one night, they didn't post any guards. And by not doing that, this one Colonel Gibbon decided he would leave all the heavy hardware behind and just advance his men on horses to track the Nez Perce down. And they basically wiped out several of the warriors, killed other people, and rounded them all up to send them back to different reservations. So that was the event that took place here. And Chief Joseph was known as far as what started this whole thing, is he made the statement, "I will fight no more forever." And after the Nez Perce were captured here, then they were divided, and Chief Joseph and a small group was sent up to a small reservation in northern West Washington, and there he is buried.
Thanks, Mike. So, hope you enjoyed that little history lesson. I know I've appreciated the conversation very much with Mike, and they have some good signage, honest signage at Gibbon Pass, telling the history of this area. It adds a whole new level of respect to this experience and for the place that we're walking through.